Nappa, you're on point. Chanditar's voice crackled through the comm as we materialized in Universe 4182. And remember, no sampling the local cuisine this time. I grimaced inside my helmet. 3 weeks had passed since the soup kitchen incident, and my squad still hadn't let me live down getting knocked out by a spatula-wielding humanitarian. The nickname Napper had stuck faster than Camino sea barnacles, though, honestly, it was better than some of the alternatives they'd considered. Copy that, Chanditar, I replied, scanning our new environment. We'd emerged in what appeared to be a university campus, all gleaming white buildings and perfectly manicured lawns. Students walked by in small groups, their conversations inexplicably focusing on sustainable energy solutions and the ethical implications of artificial intelligence. CT-9981, who'd earned the nickname Dolphin after his marine biology absorption, checked his scanner. Target confirmed. Dr. Sixty-Chen, head of the Quantum Ethics Department, currently teaching a seminar on responsible universe creation while simultaneously running a small bakery that funds scholarships for underprivileged students. Of course she is, muttered CT-2156, now called Bread Roll after his inexplicable post-consumption bread-making abilities. Let me guess, she also volunteers at an animal shelter and has solved world hunger in her spare time? Actually, Dolphin consulted his scanner. She's developed a new form of renewable energy that runs on good intentions, and yes, she has indeed solved world hunger. Twice. The local news describes her as aggressively perfect and making everyone else look like garbage by comparison. Chanditar made a sound that might have been a laugh if clone troopers were programmed for humor. Squad, remember our new protocols. After receiving reports from CT-4077's team about the Sixty-Chen who turned out to be a reality manipulator, and CT-9999's encounter with the Sixty-Chen who was secretly a hive mind, we're staying together. These targets are proving more challenging than anticipated. I nodded, trying not to think about the week of violent stomach cramps that had followed our ill-advised cannibalism experiment. Even dead, the soup kitchen Sixty-Chen had managed to be considerate enough to give us food poisoning that taught us a valuable lesson about battlefield nutrition. We'd been subsisting on blue milk rations ever since, which had the unfortunate side effect of making us all vaguely homesick for Camino. Also, Chanditar continued, Command has updated our protocols. Kill on sight. No negotiations, no listening to speeches, no letting them explain how we could be better people. Every squad that's tried to engage Sixty-Chen variants in conversation has either been turned into a volunteer organization or suffered complete tactical failure. What about the kindergarten teacher? Brett Roll asked. CT-3322's entire squad is now running a literacy program for disadvantaged youth. Chanditar replied grimly. They send command weekly reports about their meaningful work and sense of purpose. It's horrifying. We approached the university's main building, passing students who all seemed suspiciously well-adjusted and academically motivated. Through the large windows, we could see our target in a lecture hall, gesturing animatedly at a holographic display while students hung on her every word. Remember, Chanditar's voice carried the weight of bitter experience. Every single Sixty-Chen, regardless of profession, is a skilled combatant. The librarian who nearly strangled CT-7891 with her own reading list, the pastry chef who weaponized sourdough starter, the crossing guard who turned traffic safety into a martial art. Kill on sight, I confirmed, checking my blaster's charge. No exceptions. We entered the lecture hall through a side door. Dr. Sixty-Chen was in the middle of explaining something about ethical multiverse management to a rapt audience of students. She was exactly what we'd come to expect. Impossibly beautiful, perfectly composed, and radiating that characteristic aura of competent perfection that made everyone around her feel inadequate. And that's why I believe that with proper support and retraining, every clone trooper could become a force for positive change in the galaxy, she was saying. They have the discipline, the teamwork, and the dedication. They just need someone to believe in their potential beyond Chen Eater fired without warning, clean shot, center mass. Dr. Chen spun with the impact, stumbled, and then did something that made my blood freeze. She smiled, not with pain or shock, but with what looked like genuine appreciation. "Excellent tactical decision," she said, straightening up and casually brushing dust off her jacket. The blaster shot had left a smoking hole in her shirt, but underneath was some kind of advanced body armor disguised as a cardigan. Most people would have tried to negotiate first. You've clearly learned from previous Sci-Fi encounters. Students screamed and scattered, but Dr. Chen didn't even glance at them. Her full attention was on us, and suddenly that perfect, encouraging smile looked a lot more predatory. "Dolphin, braid roll, flanking positions," Chen Eater barked. "Napper, suppressing fire, and remember, no matter what she says, no matter how reasonable it sounds, keep shooting." Dr. Chen moved then, like liquid poetry in motion. She vaulted over a desk, grabbed a student's engineering textbook, and hurled it with such precision that it knocked Dolphin's blaster from his hand. In the same fluid motion, she scooped up a decorative plant and somehow turned it into an improvised shield that deflected Breadroll's shot. "Your formation is textbook Imperial," she called out conversationally while dodging our fire with impossible grace. "But you're telegraphing your movements. Here, let me show you a more efficient approach." "Stop trying to help us," Chen Eater roared, switching to full auto. Dr. Chen nodded approvingly. "Good instincts. Verbal resistance to tactical advice is exactly what I'd recommend when facing a Sci-Fi variant. You're learning." She rolled behind a lectern, and when she popped up, she was holding what looked like a modified datapad crackling with electrical energy. "I developed this teaching aid for my advanced combat pedagogy course. It's designed to provide non-lethal corrections to suboptimal fighting techniques." The datapad discharged with a sound like angry lightning. Breadroll convulsed and dropped, his armor smoking. "As you can see," Dr. Chen continued, dodging between desks with balletic precision, "the neural feedback helps identify inefficient muscle memory patterns while providing immediate kinesthetic learning opportunities." I put 3 shots into the lectern she was hiding behind. Wood exploded in all directions, but somehow she'd already moved, now perched impossibly on the ceiling like some kind of academic spider. "Napper!" Chen Eater shouted. "Thermal detonator!" I reached for my belt, but Dr. Chen was faster. She dropped from the ceiling with a graceful flip, landed next to me, and gently but firmly took the detonator from my hands. "I appreciate the enthusiasm," she said kindly, "but explosives in an educational environment send the wrong message about conflict resolution. Here, let me suggest an alternative approach." That's when Chen Eater tackled her from behind. They went down in a tangle of limbs, the squad leader's combat training finally coming in handy against someone who insisted on explaining her fighting techniques instead of just using them. "Dolphin," Chen Eater grunted as he wrestled with Dr. Chen. "Flamethrower, now." "But sir," Dolphin protested, "she's still talking about how we could optimize our hand-to-hand combat forms. Kill on sight means kill on sight." The flamethrower engagement was brief but decisive. Dr. Sci-Fi, even while on fire, managed to complement Chen Eater's grappling technique and suggest 3 improvements to our squad tactics before finally succumbing to the flames. In the sudden silence that followed, we stood over her smoldering remains. The perfect body armor had protected her from blasters, but even Sci-Fi engineering couldn't overcome sustained plasma fire. "Well," Chen Eater said, breathing heavily, "that was educational." Breadroll groaned and sat up, his armor still crackling with residual electrical discharge. Did she just teach us better combat techniques while we were trying to kill her?" "Doesn't matter," I said firmly, activating the dimensional rift generator. "He's dead, we're alive, and we're not eating this one." "Agreed," Chen Eater nodded. "Blue milk rations only. Let's move to the next universe before campus security shows up." As the portal opened, I caught a glimpse of a small plaque on Dr. Chen's desk. "Teaching is the highest form of understanding." Even in death, she was still trying to educate us. 47,288 Sci-Chens to go. Many thanks to my channel members and Pathfinders. You all make these videos possible. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.